I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating this, a party wanna come.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Jets. Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. They start the drive with Cook. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right to the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Conway. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 18 yards the gain for number 18. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Conway. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Allen, the man in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Stewart. It's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 32-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. On first down, Conway. This one brought in by Jefferson. Fights through it. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. The slot man in motion right. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Conway.
He's going to get this one down to Cook.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Throw left side complete. That's Stewart. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence and allow...
Touchdown, Vikings!
Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line. They go play action now. Wilson. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. ETN up the middle.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Wilson throwing on 3rd and long. Over the middle, it's complete.
And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson from 8 yards out. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. On 1st and 10, Conway. Over the middle, complete. It's Stewart. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They run the counter with Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll roll him out right. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 31 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Wilson. Open man is Uzama. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Here's Wilson. Trying to lay one up deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Straight ahead, Etienne. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Danielle Hunter, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run it and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And the slot man goes in motion left. To throw on 2nd down. Conway. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. Touchdown, Vikings! Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, He recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action.
Red.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And some room to work. And he's able to get out to the 32, right down there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. They'll drop that underneath to Etienne. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. They'll run with Etienne. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On second and goal, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's 3rd and goal now back at the 11. Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
A final shot before break. Conway. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne down inside the 40.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Wilson. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Etienne once more. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
That's another Jets. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Danielle Hunter, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now a play fake here on first down. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of the defense, they want it in with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone saying, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Conway.
Give him another one right back to Allen. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Off the play fake. Conway. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
They'll run with Cook. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Dalvin Cook so good in the open field, but he's equally good down here near the goal line. He can find those seams and just push his way through. So he might get another chance or two to punch this one in.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Play action. Now Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson under pressure, and they got to him again. Danielle Hunter, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. That's pulled in at the 32. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a 1-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Throwing on 1st down. Conway, complete. Smith has it. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Off-play action. Conway rolling to his right. Got an open man finding Jefferson. He's going to have the first down and more than that. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson with career touchdown number 60. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. This is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. This is intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Now a handoff to Chandler. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Looking to throw on second down. Conway can't get away, and he's taken down. Carl Lawson able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allowed a conversion. On first down, Conway. His throw incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds. And then the last...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 45-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking up one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are. But what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Handoff running left is Etienne.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
40 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. they'll go again with Etienne.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Wilson to throw.
They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Throwing now is Wilson.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And a little...
It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my